Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. Etty, my beautiful
Yes.
co-host, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How was your trip?
My trip was great. You know, we were off the air for 2 weeks.
I know we missed you.
I know. I missed being on the show, but I want you to know, when I was in Israel, I sent back lots and lots of videos. So anybody who watched my Just Enough Heshy website, Facebook, my Twitter, my WhatsApps, you would have seen people were just laughing.
I saw them all. They were hysterical.
I love you.
Hysterical.
Dimitri, my delicious friend, you're going to get the phones. Plus, my telephone is sitting on your thing. You have to give it to me because I forgot to get it back. Dimitri's one. Did you see Dimitri's haircut?
Yes, I
Dimitri,
did.
your haircut is wonderful. We love your haircut. He's picking up his finger. We love you. Which finger did you pick up, Dimitri? I'm not sure. Was that the middle finger? You look wonderful. You are so handsome. Everybody, he's so handsome. Anyways, if you want to call into the show, what number do they call? Do you even know how to the number? 718-303-9090. Get with the program.
Sorry.
Anyways, we have a wonderful show tonight. We're going to complain about a lot of things, and I want you to know I learned a lot of things in this. And I know I tell you this on every show that we want to complain, but this time we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the anti-Semitism because I know you won't want to hear it, and Etty wants to talk about it. But I also, most likely, I want to talk to you about fellow things that I've learned over the last 2 weeks about love, about kindness, about doing good, and a story that happened to me when I was on my trip. But in the meantime, Etty, we're going to do a couple of commercials if you don't mind.
Sure.
And we're going to do it quickly because a lot of people complain we take a very long time. I want to give a shout out to Mira Nava.
Okay.
You know who that is?
No,
That's
is your little granddaughter,
My
I
little granddaughter.
think.
Now, I had a big fight with my son, Moshe. I
Okay.
said I'm not talking to him.
Aw.
So I'm not going to see Mira Nava for a while.
Well, things may change. I hope they do.
But I don't like when my sons who are pig-headed act mean, so I'm going to have to punish him by not ever seeing my granddaughter.
You're only going to punish yourself.
I know. I'm a stupid man. Anyways, I also want to give a shout out to Ellie, a friend of mine. And how you doing, Ellie? I hope you hear the show and listen to it. I know you do. You always send me a thing.
Hi,
And I
Ellie.
want to tell you about Chamula Jewelers, Etty.
Yes.
Chamula Jewelers is located at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980, 718-336-1980. Guys, they're really a very good place. They have family-owned business for 40 years. They specialize in diamond engagement rings, trinity bands, diamond jewelry, or bring your own jewelry to redesign or freshen up for a new look. Chamula Jewelers. Etty.
We've got the sparkle for you.
They got the sparkle for you. They love located, and you're doing very good, Etty.
I try.
I needed
Thanks.
to give you 2 weeks off to practice. 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842, ttstyles.com, TEETEESTYLES.com, TEETEESTYLES.com. Check out her website. She does hairs, wigs, makeup, all wedding events, party events. When I was in Israel, she texted me 2 a.m, her time. I said, what are you doing up? She says, I wanted to reach you, big man, big H. And she's working. She works late hours. She works great hours. She gets up early. I don't know how she does it. These young kids, they can do anything they want. ttstyles.com, Tehila Tishla, 718-675-6842. She does what?
She brings out the beauty in you.
She brings out the beauty in you.
Yeah.
We also have technical difficulties. My friend Ari Fleischer, 1504 60th Street, 718-259-4593, 718-259-4593. He's a wonderful guy. He fixes your computers. He's just anything from tech support to going into your system to getting rid of viruses to upgrading your systems programs. This guy can do anything with a computer at any time. 1504 68th Street. Technical difficulty 718-259-4593, 777 Barbershop. Sam, you're just wonderful. I'm coming in there tomorrow. Be ready for me. I'm making an appointment now already. 4225 18th Avenue, 718-484-2499, 718-484-2499, located at 4225 18th Avenue. Has handicap ramps, senior citizen discounts, special discounts. They're just wonderful. And then I want you to call Ideal Services, a new one of our people. And Etty, this guy is, you know him. He's very close to you. Wonderful guy, Sam. Ideal Services. Now listen to this. 845-842-6228. 845-842-6228. All things for every occasion. He has waiters, maitre d', kitchen, licensed bartenders, all over the entire tri-state area and Rockland County and more. From soup to nuts. You know, the other week I needed a waiter right? So he sent me 2 waiters for just a small house party.
Yeah.
Very good. And then he does the big ones. He does events. So if you need staffing for a party, for an event, for a wedding, and you want good prices, and you need reliable, loyal, insured people, call Sam at Ideal Services, 845-842-6228. Again, 845-842-6228. Do we have some kind of a logo from here, or a song, or a jingle?
Well, we can make one up.
We should make one
All
up.
right.
From soup to nuts. No, it's not good.
We'll have one. We'll start practicing
start
and have one
practicing, I
ready
don't
for
know.
next time.
And then we have Green Line Building Solutions. By the way, we are moving my offices. We're located now at 5318 16th Avenue in Brooklyn, located on the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 5318 16th Avenue. I want you to know we help with stop work orders. We help with plans, permits, violations. We are actually good. We're not the big monster people, but we do very, very good. And, today I also do a lot of community service. Somebody came in today with the Moster case, which we're going to talk about. Education and a building that most are held back from getting approved because he's a 501 and he was holding them back. And a gooder is scared to fight him. So we help this school get their building up and running, even though they didn't follow all of Moster's stupid quote sexual or programs or some kind of education. I forgot what it's called again, protocol. We got them open and we got them running. Green Line Building Solutions, 718-871-0382, 0382. 718-871-0382 on the corner of 16th Avenue, 54th Street, 5318 16th Avenue. Plans, permits, expediting, violations, even small criminal tickets. We do everything from ECB violations, and we help pay your fines. We recommend you'll get your water bills discounts. We lift vacatos. We get you back into your building, or we get you to build again, and we lift your stop work orders, and we pass every inspection. So call again, 718-871-0382. Now, when I was in Israel, a couple of people recognized me. It was very cool. And this one young lady came over to me. Do you know who I am? I'm from Fallon's. And I said, oh, my God, Faggy, wow. And she has a place called Fallon's Corp at 3132 Bedford Avenue, located at Bedford Avenue. You take the Avenue J bus. It drops you off right there. They have beautiful clothing for adults, teens, and children. And they're just wonderful. 3132 Bedford Avenue. You take the Avenue J bus. I think it's the B11 or something. Is that possible?
I think so. Yeah.
And it drops you off on the corner of Avenue J and Bedford Avenue. She's right there. Her prices are good. She has discounts and sales. Just tell her Uncle Heshy sent you. You got 15% discount right off the top. She's really very good. Did you ever go to Fallon's?
Haven't yet.
Do you know about it?
I know about it from you.
Wonderful. Well, she's a Flatbush. We're not Flatbush, right? You're a Muncie girl.
Right.
Fallon's Corp, 3132 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11210. Again, she's located on the corner of Avenue J and where's she got? Located on the corner of Avenue J and Bedford Avenue.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you her phone number because that's what I forgot to do. I didn't give you her phone number. 347-693-9908. 347-693-9908, and they have really good hours. Call them up again. They're on the corner of Avenue J and Bedford Avenue. And then we have Wolf's Grocery, located at 2362 Nostrand Avenue. My friend, and matter of fact, the owner of Wolf's Grocery's daughter just got engaged, Goldie. So I want to say hello, Goldie, Mazel Tov. 2362 Nostrand Avenue, 2362 Nostrand Avenue, open from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. Delivery 718-252-1863, 718-252-1863, located on the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue. So you can go to Fallon's, buy yourself a dress, then go shopping on the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue. And right there, you just have to walk 5 blocks. Boom, you got everything good to go.
And then you call TT Styles and get yourself all done up.
Right. Wow. Then after all of that, you can go buy a ring for your future
That's
life.
it. And they could buy a house and use Green Line to take care of all your building stuff.
You just get everything connected very well.
And we forgot Idle Services at your wedding and all your shaver brachas. You could use them for your staffing needs.
Goldie could do that. I got you. I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
So you understand that before we get into most of our topics, we're going to have to do the quote and joke of the day.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
I hope you are.
I'm ready.
Because I got a good joke for you today, and it's really very good. So here we go. First, we're going to do my quote. And this is a very serious quote, and I want to tell you why. True happiness is to enjoy the present without dependence upon the future. You understand? Either hopes or fears, but to rest with what we have is sufficient. The greatest blessing of mankind are within us, and within our reach. When I was in Israel, there was a young lady by the name of Mrs. Klein. They're related to Klein's ice cream.
Yeah.
And I love Klein's ice cream.
Yes.
We're going to pick up the phone in a minute. Dimitri was going to pick him up and put him on hold. But this guy passed away, 36 years old, wealthy. He did a lot of charity work. And I couldn't make it to the funeral because I just arrived in Israel this week. But I went to visit. When I went to see the widow, she was sitting shiva. That's called mourning. And we were talking to her, I can only joke around so much and I make it, the situation happy. And her complaint was, what are we going to do with the 12 families that my husband feeds every week? All the food that we give. Wow. And I said to her, this is what you're worried about? You have 4 children, you have business, you have to put together everything. This is what he says. Yes, my husband was worried and I want to keep his legacy alive. These are people that depend on us. I said, the same way God found them to find you, sent them to find you, God will find them another way. But this is what this holy woman was worried about. Wow. I was so proud to sit in a room with a lady that actually cared about other people in a time of when she was in trouble. It just made me feel good. And even in this week's Torah portion of the Pasha, which I don't like really quoting the Torah because we're not really, bringing up Jewish stuff. Again, this week we learn from the blessing of Jacob. He says, listen, worry about today. We know the future is going to right now. This is what you have to worry about to do good, to help people, to continue to care about what's going on. We know the world is going on, and this is very important stuff. Anyways, before we pick up a phone call and talk about many subjects, I want to tell you a story.
Sure. I just want to finish that off what you just said, if I may, because if we don't live in the present, we're living in the future and the past. We can't take care of what's going on right now, and we miss that moment, that opportunity.
Correct. This is where you can accomplish. This is where you can do better stuff. Don't be worried about being like my son, a COO of a big company in 10 years. Right now, be successful. Right now, help those people. Right now, try not to fail. Learn. Everybody says you have to fail. Why do you have to fail? Learn from the past. Learn not to fail. Anyways, I want to tell you the story about me and Linda. This is New Year's that just passed.
Yes.
So Linda is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Well,
and for all you celebrating out there, Happy New Year.
No, what she does is she fills out 1 million New Year's cards.
Okay.
Everybody's got to get a New Year's cards. I mean, she does it twice a year. She does it for the Jewish New Year and the not Jewish New Year. Mm. I said, Linda, she makes me crazy. So I came home and she had everything organized on the table, the cards, the glue, the licking papers, the stamps. And she says, Heshy, please, honey, the way she was trying to, please help me put together these cards and we'll mail them out together and then we'll do whatever you want. And I stood there looking at her and I said, wait a minute. And I ran into the room and Linda is saying, where'd you go? And I came back with a whole stack of finished envelopes already mailed, addressed and everything. She said, oh my God, what'd you do? I said, I forgot to mail last year's cards. I was in big trouble. Oh boy. I don't know. I think she didn't speak to me for 3 days.
Good one.
I know. I'm in big trouble. Trust me. I was big. I'm happy she forgave me, Yeah. She wasn't feeling well, so I took care of her. So anyways, we're going to take a phone call.
Sure.
And we'll talk about my trip. Take a call. Line 1. Hello. You're on the air with Heshy and Etty.
Hi there.
Hi, Uncle Heshy.
Yes, is your Uncle Heshy. How are you? And beautiful Etty sitting beside me. By the way, I want to tell everybody you can call into the show, ask us anything, 718-303-9090, 718-303-9090. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anything you want afterwards. And you can always also text me at 718, which people are doing, 288-7844, and ask any question for the show. Go ahead, my boy. What's going on?
So, I'm calling from Los Angeles. My name is Eliyahu, and I just wanted to share that I loved all your videos that you posted from Israel.
Oh, wow.
They were so beautiful. And, you have a great gift. You make people laugh, and you connect, the mundane and the holy, and you really care about people. And I see that in your expressions. And, you're just a great guy. I wish I could give you a big hug, Uncle Heshy.
I love you, and I want you to know when you do come to New York, you're welcome to come to me, and we will hug. People think I'm scared to hug men and women. I hug. I love. I think it's a good thing to show expression of love. And yes, I do. I am with the Me Too movement. You don't, of course, abuse your privileges, but again, you're supposed to show love. I hug my boys, my kissing. I think that you should always express something to the. And again, when I came home from Israel right now, I got off the plane. I went to visit somebody of my family that wasn't doing well. I found out it was in the hospital. Right when I came off the plane, I went to visit her. And as I got there, she says, Heshy, I'm stuck in bed, but the only thing that entertained me was your videos. I said, really? Those stupid 2-minute videos? She says, I laughed so hard. I'm so happy you sent it. Just for that alone, my whole trip was worth it.
And
Elio, and Elio is called. Elio, I love you. You made my night.
You should know that it's the real thing with Heshy. He doesn't do this only on the radio. He's like this all the time. I know many years.
Auntie knows me.
I can vouch for it.
Do we have to say 40?
I know. I've heard through some sources who know him that he's a genuine person. So I totally get it, and I want to wish your relative a refuah shalama.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you one question, Uncle Heshy.
Go ahead.
I know that it's very difficult to deal with the politicians and all of the back and forth, but can you just tell us what you're going to do that's going to be different, hopefully, when you get elected, God willing, this year, with Hashem?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not going to be one of those no-show politicians, which I was going to bring up. I'm very upset. I was nice to our councilman that we had now, Carmen Yeager, and he disappeared from the scene for 2 years. Now he's coming back out taking pictures. He got up today in the city council, and for 2 minutes and 32 seconds, he spoke about the anti-Semitism that we had in New York, of the Jews being beaten up, and he's accusing other people in the city council of blaming them. I don't understand you. You have all this other problems, and don't get me wrong, I don't like that people are being anti-Semites. But if you go back a year ago, we had 5 or 6 stores that had Nazi letters sent to them. No update. We had a Jewish man beaten up by cops that was supposed to be also some kind of an anti-Semite thing. They pulled him out of a car. No follow-up on it. Now it's all over the newspapers. He gets up in the city council, from all places, a place where we have a $90 billion budget, that he has to be worried. And this is where his platform is. Why aren't you on the stage? Why aren't you? There was a big demonstration in City Hall. Why didn't you get the Hasidim to come out? You know why? Because Yafed, who's against all the Hasidim, who's trying to fight with us, who's causing anti-Semitism in our Jewish schools, he is allowing them to speak there, but the Hasidim couldn't come. So the Jews weren't properly represented. We have to make peace. We should help the black community, the Jewish community, the Spanish community. Instead, he gets up in City Hall and he has his 2-minute speech, and he thinks that he made peace all of a sudden between everybody, and everybody's going to get up in City Hall who said bad things about the Jews to agree to it. This is our politicians. I'm a guy who's going to get out there every day. I'm a guy who's going to worry about the issues of drugs. I have now a young girl we're taking in, my wife, and I'm embarrassed to tell you, a young girl that had some issues. Again, another one person. I want to expand the operation. I was on the plane home from Israel. I was with a bunch of birthright kids. That's, birthright, a lot of kids. So they send them to Israel, Jews, non-Jews, married couples now, religious, not religious, and they give them a tour of all over Israel. And I had about 4 young people sitting around me and listening to my speech with a young man, a Jewish man that was just listening to me preach. By the time halfway during around the trip, I'm telling you, I had one stewardess, 9 grown men and women sitting there, about 20 little kids coming, or not 20, little 20, 21s, all listening to me preach and laughing. And
I believe it.
You got to give out. You got to speak constantly. You got to be there for them. You got to go visit the hospitals. I promise you, in 78 suicides of last year that happened in my hospital, Mr. Yeager did not visit one. Yes, he spoke about one big event, but what about the little people? He doesn't care. He does not care. He doesn't have a sign on his door. He has 2 drug dens a block away from his office. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to care. I'm going to fight them. I'm not going to let a Gudda, I know it's a big Jewish organization, stating I can't fight Yafed because he's one guy. Why not?
Amen.
I don't know. I want you to know what I'm going to do is I'm not only going to do legislation, I'm going to actually worry about the issues that exist today. I'm going to fight with the issues. I'm going to raise money. I'm going to go door to door and have school owners, homeowners. I'm going to the jails. I'm going to get people to work together to do not only private things, but again, the money, like we have $160 million for special children. I don't know where that money's going, but I know the special children that have issues. I want to take care of it. I don't want my assemblyman getting up, making a speech in front of the mayor when the mayor hates us. The mayor causes half of these troubles in the city of New York, taxing us.
Well, you should go from strength to strength. And
I love
God
you.
willing,
And I want you to know I'm happy you watched my videos a lot. When I went into my son's school, by the way, Leo, I went to visit my kid in his school, which I'm very unhappy about. There was no hot water. I had to flush the toilet bowl to get hot water. I just want you to know that. I figure everything out. And I want you to know a lot of those kids came over to me. Oh, you're a star. We watch your videos. I said, how do you watch my WhatsApp in Israel? They said it gets all over the place. I'm so happy. Anyways, Leo, when I get elected, I love you. Thank you for your call, my boy.
Thank you for your call.
we love you. I hope to talk to you soon.
Did you like my joke?
I loved it.
You lied, but I good. It's good. Thank you. Because Etty didn't laugh. Etty, thank you for your call, Elio.
All right, bye now.
So, Etty, so when I was in Israel, what I did was first thing I did was went to visit my boy. And I went to his school. I don't know about us parents, but are we just not normal? We send these young 18, 19-year-olds to make believe they're men. The garbage in the bathroom was higher than my head. As I had to dig my way through the garbage in his bedroom of the clothing and the floors, I went over to the rabbi. I said, do you understand that it's a pigsty of these? Well, we're teaching them to be men. I don't know. And you know what my son told me about his clothing being creased? He says, yeah, when I put it on, it uncreases. I said,
okay. So he's got a way. He figured it out.
It's not a way to figure it out.
Well, it works for him.
It doesn't work for me. So I picked him up, Etty.
Yes.
I picked up 4 of my other nephews.
Yes.
I picked up your 2 sons.
Yes.
And I said, listen, we got to get out of Jerusalem. I shoved them into a minivan with luggage on top of their heads. And I drove them an hour and a half
down
to the Dead Sea.
And
I cleaned them up. I threw them into the water. I made them do sulfur baths. Your kids love the sulfur bath.
They loved it.
And I fed them. And we met some very nice people there. And again, that's what showed me the love. I was there, and a lot of the people couldn't speak English to me, and they just sat with us, and they spoke to us, and they spoke to my kids. As a matter of fact, I met a new client over there who has some property here, and he called me today, but I just arrived back, yesterday, exhausted.
Right.
But these people, this trip, wherever I went, like I went, I took my sister last time to Israel to a spa, and she has Down syndrome, and the spa charged all of us like 88 or 100 shekel. When it came for my sister's turn to pay, this woman wouldn't charge her. And Esty said, you have to take the money. She says, I have money. She says, no. And then I was fighting for a towel. She gave Esty a towel and a robe. She says, you come with me. And she took her to a special, and that is called love. And not Israel, that Esty needed the money or discount.
Right.
She wanted to show love to another person. And
that's
this trip,
beautiful.
Wherever I went, they let me behind the counter to make believe I was cooking.
No, did you learn anything?
I didn't learn how to make shawarma. No, the pizza
looking good.
I know I look real good. And they let me behind the pizza, and the guys were hugging us and joking with us. Even on the plane, I met this black gentleman who was flying to Israel for the first time, and we were friends. So if you want to be black, white, Spanish, Jewish, Christian,
shouldn't matter.
It doesn't make a difference.
No.
But here we make a big deal of it. You're right. There was 5 or 6 incidents which are bad, and I believe we're blowing it up. But nobody says anti-Semitism when those Christians people were shot in the church. Remember, or those little children were shot in the school that they didn't kill the Jews. Sure, they went after Jews. There's somebody big in power who uses these dummies, really, these people who are just shooting, and really the dumbbells when they need medicine, and we're shipping them in there. Yeah. Somebody's behind this. Somebody's causing this trouble, like Nancy Pelosi. I blame her for all of this. Heshy, are you crazy? She's causing a ruckus in this country to hate. Her, Schumer, and the fat little capo Nedler. They just hate. They hate our president. They can't get anything, and they're stopping our country from going on. So they're causing hate, and then everybody says, you know what? Let's hate the Jews. Let's hate the president that supports the Jews.
Well, as Jews, we were always persecuted, and it hasn't stopped. So we're right now. People are looking for scapegoats.
There's no scapegoats.
Well,
no scapegoats.
We are the scapegoat as Jews. We are.
You know, there was a video going around with his interviewer going around to the black community interviewing him. Why are the Jews being beaten up? And I saw a couple of people says, well, they're stealing our buildings and they have all the money. Not all of them. And they only put on the interview 3 or 4 or 5 people. Why did you put on the other 25 people that didn't say that? You know, how many black people work with me? How many black people are in power? Sure, there's bad Jewish people too. I know Jewish people that are very bigotry. You know what I mean? I know a lot and they're saying, well, the Jewish people are bad slumlords. That's not true. I'm in the business. There's a few that are slumlords that took over buildings that are trying to fix them or can't. And then you have a couple of Spanish and you have a couple of Indian, a couple of Mexican. All of these are different landlords that are all bad.
So let's put this question out there. For anybody who's listening in our audience who's not Jewish and who can shed some light on this recent surge of
So
anti-Semitism.
what, you want somebody?
Can
You
you-
want a black man to come and tell us
Anybody.
what all the black people are bad?
No. What their take is? What's the word on the
There's
street?
no take. It's your own take.
What is it that's fueling all of this right now?
No.
If anyone out there can help us, talk to us about it, explain it to us, because we're so baffled.
I'm not
this-
baffled. I'm
well,
baffled that you have a couple of idiots
Right.
that we're
true,
trying, and we're giving
but-
them power
right.
because last year,
shouldn't.
at the, and by the way, you can call into the show, everybody, 718-303-9090. Last year there was 311 homicides, which is higher than the year before.
Right.
So whatever they tell you, the police telling you crime is down, it's not. I don't understand. You have 40,000 cops, and we now need some retarded person like Kalman Yeager. Listen to this one.
Yeah.
Our councilman with that idiot Felder, really the man I spoke to. Felder. I'm telling you, I think every time I speak to him, he's dumber than dumb. You have these guys with a 40,000 person police force,
Right.
and they're asking for the army to be called out. Or I don't
Right.
understand. You're asking for more people. So you know why? Because the police are so busy ticketing, and the police are so busy arresting us for the dumbest crimes. So you have 40,000 men who are arresting young ladies selling cookies on the train, and creating new stupid laws instead of running around protecting, sitting in front of the synagogues, the schools, watching for people vandalizing cars. You know what 40,000 cops are? That's a lot of police officers. You're right. It's not enough for 8 million people.
Right.
But if
Right.
half of them are ticketing, again, I keep complaining about somebody on the like Elio. What are you going to do for parking? I have a parking solution. I've pitched it. I've sold it to the councilman. I've pitched it. I have it written
years
up.
already.
And it's years.
Yes,
and nobody's
years.
implemented it. And I'm watching today. I drove down 13th Avenue. I came back to go to the bank. I saw 5 ticket agents when people were double parked and triple parked, writing tickets and doing nothing but writing tickets. My only problem that I have is, why didn't you at least move along traffic? Why are you busy writing traffic, causing more issues, getting more people in trouble? We don't want to solve the problem, and it's you people, you voters. I blame it on you. You're putting these guys in power. You're letting them stay there. Today they came out with some place to build the new Y. Bubba 45. They're
Right.
building the new Y.
Right.
They didn't show us plans to where the Y is moving. They didn't show us a finished product on that. And our councilman, our district leader, our senator who are all supporting the Bubba Playsville, are just not with the program. You're right. Our assemblyman wants to see paperwork and better stuff. And I love Mr. Eichenstein. And there's only so much one man can do. Of course, I think that he's going now to doing something foolish, that he's creating legislation against anti-Semitism. You know what that's going to do? This new legislation, all it's going to do is it's going to pick not only the bad guys, but some of the good guys are going to fall under this law, and good guys are going to get punished for a mistake, or
Right.
he was hate crime, or he pushed him, or he said something bad. You know how when we get into a fight, we all say, "I want to kill you," or you or a
Right.
stupid name. I don't use derogatory remarks.
No.
Only about Nadler. I call him a fat Nazi pig.
I think he's more of
An idiot.
okay,
Okay.
but I have nothing to say though.
Just like this guy.
Can we
this
just do
district
one
lead-
thing that's
this
important?
This district leader over here in the
Where?
Brighton Beach area. I
Okay.
think I forgot his name. Thank God. He's just another retard.
Okay, can I say something?
So no,
I don't want to be remiss just saying one thing. When all these things happen, with the the murder that happened in Jersey City as well as Muncie, we have to salute our first responders, though we do have to acknowledge them. They arrived on time immediately after everything occurred. They
You're picking a crime.
we just have to
but what
remember
about-
and acknowledge
But Etty,
that they're there for us.
311 homicides,
Yep,
2,900
That's-
shootings.
You're
Now
right.
let's stop there. I didn't mention you rapes, robberies,
Right.
vandalism. I'm not talking about all those other crimes that they claim crimes down in the city. It's a lie. But even if it's down 1%, 5%, what about all the other crimes, the other rapes, the other robberies? 311 people were killed.
Okay.
Do you understand? 300. One is too much in my
Because-
family. 311 of them. Forget the 2,600 shootings. And it's not only Jew. It's black on Jew. It's black on black. It's Spanish. The police don't care only about themselves, about their pensions. And then you have building
I
department.
couldn't say
Today
that.
I was fighting.
I disagree with
And I
that.
want you to know, today I called
Yeah.
an inspector.
Yeah.
And I said, I understand you, Inspector. I waited for the building by you for 2 days. I passed inspection. Then I passed another inspection. Then I signed off the job. I submitted pictures. Everything is good. You now threaten me with a warrant that you want to come back. Who the hell are you? You're not even a real agency. You have no power, and you're threatening us with a warrant, and you're going to get one because nobody can stop you. Our councilman, who's a disappearing nobody, who spoke in the city council about anti-Semitism for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's all he's going to do. That's his own. And you know where else? You know, I have a picture I want to post of the councilman of this guy Yerucham Silber, who bankrupted the Jewish community in Flatbush. You have Senator Felder, you have Councilman Yeager, and Councilman Deutsch. They went out to Jersey to do some kind of an event. Your people here in New York have problems. We have kids with health issues. We have mothers with postpartum depression. We have drugs. We have anti-Semitism. Forget that. We have anti-Semitism, school, special needs children. We have so many people that are calling you all day long. And where are you? And you're on 7 different committees as well. Where are you in Jersey at an event? You had breakfast taking pictures. These are the guys, and Mr. Councilman Deutsch wants to run for Congress. We are idiots that we're going to promote these guys who've done nothing for us. Let's take another call, Letty. Oh. Hello, we lost you. Call back again.
Okay, call back. But it does start at the top. And when we look at a mayor that's not there and not present and not doing anything for our city, it trickles down to everybody else.
Stop the mayor.
We have to.
No, but the city council has a power to override the mayor. They're not. You know why? Because they all want to get, after 2 terms, elected. You know, I don't have a problem that people did something
term
wrong.
limits.
Take the phone. No. But you know, the head of the city council was also a druggie. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy and Etty.
Well, hello, Big H. This is Eddie from Dyker Heights.
Hello, Eddie.
Eddie, you know, I spoke to Eddie. I wasn't Eddie. You didn't know that I went out of town, and Eddie came by the office, and I was scared because my partner Penny sometimes nasty, and all these architects.
No, he was a perfect gentleman and nice.
You know, we're moving our office soon.
Well, you said something, but you didn't say where.
We still have it under wraps. We're not sure because we have a lot of work to do there. But I'm gonna once we move. But I was scared because sometimes these artists are very nasty. You know, artists, they're just smart asses. I'm out to say that word. I apologize. But Penny sometimes could lose it. But I'm so happy.
He was the perfect gentleman, friendly, smiling, and it was a young girl there.
Was my place busy? Were they busy working? At least even though I wasn't around.
Well, I didn't poke my nose into the other offices. Penny was looking at the office. I don't think he was actively engaged in doing something, but who am I to criticize?
I love you.
Eddie, Happy New Year, Eddie.
Happy New Year,
Eddie. Same to you. Same to you. Listen, Heshy.
Yep.
I'm here, my baby.
Okay. You did mention Shane Hughes, because Dirch, who was the councilman for the 48th district. I read something about an article in a local freebie paper. It's unfortunate that you're not in his district because it looks like he's term limited, and he might be looking to become a congressman. Right. That would leave the slot open for a councilman.
So I've been offered to run in his spot, and I'll tell you what my problem is. My name is not Kalman Yeager, who actually lives in Chaim Deutsch's district, who ran against Chaim Deutsch the first time and backed out and switched districts to mine. Actually, supposedly moved to a new apartment, which I know he didn't. He has 2 apartments. One he uses as a make-believe office. So the guy now has enough money to pay rent. His wife now got a job in city council, so she makes $200,000 as an assistant. So that's why he's able to have a fake address in my district, which is illegal, but again, nobody's saying anything about it. I live in my neighborhood for 35 years, more than that, but in my house, I represent my people. I help my hospital, my community, my neighbors. I'm there for them. You know, somebody came in today with a personal issue. I'm there for them. I'm not going to make believe and be a counsel somewhere else. I want to take care of my people. Every week I walk to synagogue, and then I pass by the hospital. I stop off to visit our assemblyman, Mr. Eichenstein, and me and him on the street with my wife sometimes, who comes to me, has a 30-minute talk. It's my community. I want to meet the people in my area. I've been these people's neighbors. What's going on? Why should I make believe and go somewhere else?
Okay,
I lose. Go ahead.
Tell me, why would Kalman Deutsch, Kalman Yeager, why would he want to be the councilman for your area as opposed to the 48th council district where Deutsch is the council?
Deutsch, number one, is his cousin, and he ran against him, and he was losing the campaign. He had no chance. Everybody knew it, that Chaim Deutsch had a lot of support. So Kalman Yeager switched quickly to an area with to back up Mr. Greenfeld, and Mr. told him that I'm going to play some kind of a game or whatever. That's what happened, and I'll put your name on the list, and then I'll back off, and you'll get the spot. So for him, it was like back then, like you said, Chaim Deutsch had term limits; he can't run again. So the spot opens up for everybody, and I would be the most front runner. In my neighborhood, Kalman Yeager knew that Greenfeld wasn't going to run again, so he came here. Now you're right; running against an incumbent is very hard.
More difficult than an empty seat, right?
But I'm going to tell you one thing. Mr. Yeager, who's a no-show, he's really missing in person. He just showed up. I'm going to run against him. And if my community wants him back, hey, just don't come complaining that he did nothing the first time around and the second time around. And I'm already being told we're going to set up debates for you and him. I don't know if I want to debate a man who's an ignorant person who's going to lie, because I want you to know when you watch that debate, it's not going to be like last time, a little nice debate. I'm going to scream at him. I'm going to question him. I'm going to put him in his place. And I'm going to tell him, listen, you're a liar. And if you don't like it, I'm just going to walk off stage. I am not scared to put people into place. Like today, I want you to know, I called an inspector and I said to him, you guys are just torturing this lady, a Holocaust survivor, for no reason. You know, you have to be like that lady I met in Israel, worried about people before herself. She worries about other people. Eddie, I was in shock when the lady tells me her husband died. Who's going to take care of those 12 families that my husband takes care of every week? I wanted to fly away, Eddie. I couldn't believe I was sitting in front of an angel. I actually saw an angel in front of my eyes. I was so impressed. I called home and I said, Linda, I met an angel. And Linda says, really? And I told her the story. And I was impressed. This is what our community is about. Jew, black, Spanish. You have to be worried about the other person. And if you're not, you don't deserve to be a councilman, a president. Our president worries about our people. He doesn't care what you say about him. He doesn't care about your stupid impeachment. And we have to get up there and say, listen, you didn't send over the articles of impeachment. We're going to stop it. We're going to dismiss it. I want to ask you a question, Eddie.
Yep.
We spent millions of dollars on this impeachment trial. I just want you to know. She's not turning over the articles. Isn't that illegal? But let's not say it's not illegal. What did she do? She wasted the entire country.
Yes.
300 million people just sat there. Why isn't anybody screaming?
But Heshy, believe me, to anyone who's paying any kind of attention, this points out that they made that of what they did was poor and poorly motivated. That she does look bad.
But again, looking bad, everybody's telling me looking bad. You wasted my time. When you waste my time, it's just wrong. You know, I got angry with my son that he took away my son from you. You stole from me 2 years of my life. It's like when the government takes something away from you or puts you in jail. It bothers me because you stole time. Time is not a joke that can ever be repaid. Money, housing, but Eddie, time, a love of a person. Not everybody has it. And look at this, a 36-year-old boy died and she lost whatever she had. I know she was great. I'm so happy that I have the time with myself. Anyways, I'm complaining for no reason. I'm complaining against Kalman Yeager because he didn't take care of the last 3 years. He has not done what he promised to do. And I'm upset. Nothing. I promise you, Eddie, nothing has he promised to do has come through.
All right, well,
especially, and here's the big thing. There's a place called Yafed, this guy Moster. He promised at the debate, I'm going to stop Moster. I can play it over for you. He's not only not stopped him, nobody showed up, no Hasidic showed up at this hate protest because Yafed was there to speak. So, Mr. Kalman Yeager, what the hell's wrong with you? You're lighting Hanukkah candles with our black borough president. Who cares? Forget lighting Hanukkah candles. Care about the sick, the worried, the hospital, the robbed victims, the women that have been abused, the homeless shelters. Nope. Anyways, Eddie, I'm sorry I'm screaming at you. I love you.
No, you're not screaming at me. Have a good night, the two of you.
Good, my darling. We're going to take another call. Eddie, my joke, was it good?
Yes.
Good boy.
Talk to you
Bye.
next week.
He's such a good man. The top button. Line 1. We're taking... You got to push the top portion of it. Push number 5. We lost that caller. Call back, caller. You're on there with Heshy and Etty.
Hi. So I was going to comment on this anti-Semitism.
Yes.
I think that first of all, anti-Semitism doesn't need an excuse. I don't have to tell you about that. But ways to deal with it and how to help. So the first thing I think is we have to get into the schools and we have to start teaching the children how it's important to know that there's an eye that sees and an ear that hears, and everything is written down. It's like a video camera, that whatever you do is always recorded forever, and you have to think about that. Maybe in terms of a moment of silence or something. Just give them, a child has to know that there's always somebody watching them.
True, but you know what? When you get home and the parents that don't show you or don't teach you or don't help you, when I was a young man, and I don't want to say something bad, but I was a young man in second grade. Somebody taught me the N-word. I'm sure you know what that is. And he taught me a few other bad words. And I came home to my mother. I didn't know. What was I, 8 or 9 years old? And I said it to my mother smacked me right away, a Holocaust survivor. And she and my father, and they screamed at me. And they explained to me that I'm a dumbbell. And they themselves were so good because in the 60s, my father was part of the civil rights movement. My mother did know what it is to lose family members with my father and the thing. So if it's not taught at home, your school means nothing.
So that's my second thing that I was going to tell you, that sometimes the school has to do a little more because the home doesn't. And on the other, also, many of these children come from homes, let's say, where they get government aid. I think that it should be like, if you're going to get government aid, these are the following things you can do. You cannot teach your kids to hate. I mean, but you also have to teach them that a lot of this money comes from Jewish people. We pay taxes. Our children go to private schools. Nobody paid for my children to go to school. I paid for somebody who got off the boat yesterday or the plane, and I paid for them to go to school. You have to tell them all the positive things. We are also a people who were, we just came out of the Holocaust. Some people came out of Stalin's, which was not any better. And we worked from the bottom up. Our parents were very, very poor. We had nothing.
So
None of us went.
So what are you saying, that all the black people are?
I didn't say any color. I just said in general that I think that when people get help from the government, it should be one of the things that should be talked to these people, whoever it is that if you commit these kinds of crimes, or if your children do, we may stop giving you aid. So
wow.
It should be
tolerance should be taught in all schools.
Yes,
for all.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
But one moment, it's usually look, for instance, I live in Crown Heights, right? Mm-hmm. You've never seen one of our boys attack anybody. Mm-hmm. None, ever. Mm-hmm. So it's only a one-way thing. So it's not like the reason there is anti-Semitism is because we did something to them. We haven't. A lot of things that make up stories, like, the police is always on the side of the Jews, which we think just the opposite. We think they're always on the side of the other people. So I just think that it's important to teach.
Did you hear in Virginia, there was an entire class of correction officers that saluted Hitler, and the governor or whatever wants all of them fired. I mean, if you're looking 30, 40 new correction officers, and these are not little kids, these are 18, 20, 25-year-old men and women saluting Hitler, somebody's teaching them to be anti-Semites.
Okay, so we're not, okay, Virginia, what you just told me is very, very sad. I'm very upset to hear that. But we're not talking about New York.
New York,
itself.
I agree.
And I listen, it starts from when you're young, it is true. Tolerance has to be taught, but tolerance is not only for one people, it's for everybody. And really, whenever we see problems, it's mostly blacks against Hasidim. It's never been the other way around. So I just think that they have to be told, and they're not all. We have a lot of people demonstrated Sunday because our neighbors, they say, we want a Jewish person to buy the house next door. So when we go on vacation, we know our television sets will be there. We know we won't be robbed. They love us. We have a neighbor next door. His name
how come a lot of the Hasidim didn't show up? Because the Fed showed up?
I can't talk about anybody. I can say that from our neighborhood, we did show up.
Yeah.
A lot of them put on tefillin, a lot of them marched, but we did because we are part of it. Why other people don't do it, that's not my thing.
Right.
I just want to tell you that I have a neighbor. His father's a policeman, the mother's a nurse, and he's a black little boy, and he wants to only play with my child. And I said, why don't you play with the neighbors across the street? They're all of your kind. And he said, my father said he'll kill me if I do. He wants me to play with nice, good Jewish kids. So not everybody. There are a lot of very nice people who understand this.
Yes.
But on the other hand, when you're very poor and you think that the Jews are very rich, do you know how many poor Jews there are? Do you know that we have different organizations that help them? We don't expect only the government to help.
Right.
We all go out. This has to be told.
Yes.
I mean, there are a lot of very wealthy black people. There is Oprah. There are all the ball players. There are all these
It's
people.
not only that. We have banks that are. I agree with you. And again,
I think it should be
Thank you,
told.
though.
but
Thank
it's
you for
again,
that
it
input.
starts. You know where it starts? It starts in our homes. And a lot of us, again, when we go voting for our politicians, we don't care. Our politicians don't care. Only when it becomes in the public eye or becomes bad enough. When these politicians can go from door to door, they can do speaking events and talk about anti-Semitism. They can talk, not get up for 2.5 minutes in the city council and talk about it the last second. Why isn't Mr. Yeager and Mr. Deutsch and the
I
councilman
agree with.
Flatbush? And wait
yeah.
a minute, and the hate that is shown in the Congress.
That's what I wanted to tell you.
yeah.
That's my third point. So my third point is that President President Trump is the best thing that happened to the United States of America. He is protecting all those people who are fighting against him, because when Iran throws a nuclear bomb, those people and the Congress are going to be the first ones to get killed. What do they think? They're going to pick and choose. Oh, because you speak like us and you want us to build a nuclear, we're not going to touch you. They're going to kill Obama, his kids, everybody. So he's trying to protect us. I think that they are spewing hate. Yeah. It is very, very true. It's coming from way up.
In the Middle East,
just one more thing.
They're taught to hate from child. Their cartoons are taught to hate.
I know. Just one more thing. I want to tell you that I really think that the best thing that happened to New York is when we had a mayor who really worked on what they call the broken glass, where little things he immediately decided. I think it was Giuliani who said that if you do anything little, we're going to right away take care of it. If you let little things pass by and you wait, then the big things are going to happen.
Right.
So I think that
yes, the mayor has to get on top of all this. Yes.
I think that the last president really emboldened a lot of the criminals, and they felt like they can do whatever they want. There are a lot of things that we don't report. There are a lot of things that we keep quiet. Right. But we got to a point where you can't keep it yourself anymore. You have to try to report it.
I really thought that Obama would do a great thing for America. I thought that Dinkins would be great, not because they were black, but they were different. They had ideas, and they got themselves elected by thinking out of the box. And what happened at the end of the day? They just turned into the same old nothing.
Anyway, have a great
night.
Have a great night. And I'm happy you're listening to the show. I hope you like our show.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you.
To that button. Hello, you're on the air. Thank you for waiting for Heshy and Etty.
Hello.
Hi, Etty. Hi, Heshy. I was waiting because I am a very good friend of Etty's, and I have had the pleasure of meeting you as well.
Nice to meet you. Go ahead. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, and you guys look wonderful on YouTube. I think you should make it a regular.
We are making it a regular. Am I handsome? They're telling me, somebody told me I was fat.
What? Who would tell you?
I don't know.
Let me at them. They don't know what they're talking about.
I am now on a serious diet. I'm not eating any more cake and bread for the next 2 months. Let's see what happens.
Good luck.
Even on the Sabbath.
Okay, first of all, they say it keeps you warm in the winter and gives you shade in the summer. So don't listen to anybody.
You are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
So who are you talking to?
You're talking to Sarah.
Sarah.
Yes. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. So I just wanted to lighten up the moment that I was kind of listening. So I can't speak on Brooklyn because I tried to not come into Brooklyn as much as possible.
Yeah, but you had also a stabbing in Muncie. In Rockland County.
Yes, but that's what I want to speak upon.
But I want to knock that out for you.
Yeah.
You're going to all say anti-Semitism. This guy was a dumbbell that somebody sent
Heshy, it's your show, but I called you, so you're going to listen for a moment. Thank you.
Go right ahead, Sarah.
So here's the thing, is that from time immemorial, there has been anti-Semitism and there's been racism. And there has been inequality from day one. Yes, we picked ourselves up from our bootstraps, but I can tell you that one of my children had been ill, and I did not, and I was a young mother with out of the state of New York, and I had to go to a state hospital, and this was before they had these ideas of, children care and so forth and so on, so I could not go to a better hospital. I ended up going to an incredibly great state hospital, but I was in a ward with my very sick baby, and I did not leave my child outside because that was how we were brought up. There is so much dysfunction and misunderstandings and non-proper parental continuation within so many communities that you're pretty much saying to a young woman who is violated at a very young age, and then she creates a child and has this child without the proper father, mother background. Who ends up being the parents and who ends up being the caregivers are the grandparents who are too old or too tired because they've already done it.
I got you, Sarah.
The difference within our community is, yes, if you're going to look at the high statistics of single parents, single teenage mothers, it's going to be Monroe and New Square.
Well,
okay, because they don't get that, but
again,
the difference
anti-Semitism is.
But wait a moment.
Yeah.
But wait a moment. Is at the end of the day, we have community and we have backup. The Hasidic boys and the Hasidic girls, when there is fight and spit in them, we don't encourage it. There is no football team. There is no let's defend ourselves. We are not even lovers, not fighters. We are passive.
We have. You're wrong. We have modern.
Right,
a couple of months ago, and
right, but they're not being attacked.
But you're wrong.
They're not being attacked.
But I want you to know
at the same level.
But Sarah,
they don't
last year there was a protest in front of Mr. Yeager's office. 5 Palestinian women came, and I made some jokes and made fun of them. And Mr. Heikind made a counter protest while Yeager went away and ran away and hid. Didn't even try to break it up. I was the guy who helped break up the protest. And I want you to know something. Mr. Heiken incited a riot of 1,000. No grown-ups came. Maybe 5 or 7 or 10 grown men came. Most of them were young kids that Mr. Heiken incited a riot the other way. So I'm telling you, it works either way. Mr. Heiken is just as bad as those people who came and beat and stabbed us, because those 5 women, even though they were wrong for their protest, could have been injured. It works in a way that I see a lot of people with their prejudice on the trains. I see a lot of people in business using derogatory words, even about their own people. It doesn't work like that. We need to grow up. We need to blame ourselves. And the second we take responsibility. Okay, so I want you to know it's not only. So when you're telling me anti-Semitism, yes, these 5 and 10 or 15 incidents are bad, but we need to stop all the incidents. Our cops need to be out there more. We don't need to call in the army. We don't need to call in the militia. We don't need to call in anything. We have the protection here. Instead, we're so busy. Mr. Idiot de Blasio, who shouldn't be the mayor, just doesn't care. We got to take another call, Sarah, but you are wonderful.
Sarah, thanks for your call.
Yes. And you guys, you look amazing. I think it should be a Wednesday thing.
It is a Wednesday thing. We talk. Etty, take the next call.
Thanks, Sarah.
We lost the caller. Doesn't make a difference. Well, we're coming to the end of the show anyway, so we're going to talk about a few more things. You were complaining to me earlier in the show about motor vehicles.
Yes.
So I have no problem with that.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
A new law was passed recently, beginning of January, I believe, that anybody who's undocumented and in this country can apply for a driver's license.
Let's take a call.
Hold on.
Let's take this call. They were trying to call us. Hello, you're on there with Etty and Heshy. We're talking about motor vehicles.
Welcome back, Heshy. When did you come back?
I came back yesterday, and I was so exhausted after 12 hours of flying, I still didn't get home till 11 o'clock. What's doing?
Wow. By the way, the Guardian Angels were patrolling Borough Park, Motzei Shabbos.
And you know what? I love the Guardian Angels because I know them for many years.
Curtis
I
Lewa.
met
Curtis, right?
them, and we have the Shomrim, we have the Shmira, we have so many private people around. But I understand the police are not. Yes, not
Their hands are tied.
They're not
Actually,
they're not.
their hands are tied. And while you were away, they passed this thing, no cash bond.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's very bad. The guy goes to jail for a couple hours and comes right back out the street.
But you know what? The
Back
no
people
cash
again.
bond is made not for the violent people or the hate crimes.
No, that
It's made-
lady.
right. I got you.
They made this law,
But really,
by the way.
so for the one person that falls through the cracks, the no cash bond is really a good thing, because a lot of those things are for the little things like driving with an expired license that was only one time, or stupidity of fighting with your wife or something like that. You don't need to be able to be in jail overnight over dumb things or having an argument.
Beating up a person 3 times and
But the
Correct,
reason why it was created, by the way, the no cash bond, was for people who don't have enough money to pay cash to get
we understand
to
that,
jail.
but like a person
That's-
like that
right.
should be in jail.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Or should
You
be in
don't
a
have the
mental
money to
hospital.
pay
Somebody
for your
like that-
bond, don't do the crime.
Yeah, but somebody
That's
like
right.
that belongs in the mental hospital.
Right.
We should have addressed that right away.
Right.
So they know if they'll live a year, they'll go to jail for a couple hours and they'll be right back on the street.
Yes.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they are going to get a trial date, and if they don't show up at trial, they will get if they can't come up with a defense or say they're crazy, they are going to sit in jail for a while. But to keep somebody in jail over maybe an alleged crime, I don't know, a small thing like that, I don't know.
The whole justice
it's a very-
system's anyway
Again, if our
broken.
cops were patrolling more, I would say that I bet you we could get more things done, move our traffic along. You know how many people have fight over road rage? The other day I saw a Jewish boy and a black lady fighting and calling each other names right there on the street, both of them with derogatory names, and I couldn't understand it over not a parking spot, of cutting each other off. Wow. And I stood there and I quickly ran over. I said, stop it. We get angry over nothing. You know, and we have to stop that. Like me, I got angry with my son for doing something bad, and I don't think I'm going to forgive him. But
that's something else.
Yeah, the tone has to change. It's just really we need
absolutely.
to do good things.
The protest over the bridge, you didn't hope from that?
I believe that the protest could have been better organized. They needed a speaker like me to speak instead of idiots to speak.
You weren't there. You should have come.
I wanted to come, but to be honest, I wasn't around. Too bad.
Yeah.
But it should. I wish I would have been there. And I want you to know next time again. But they're not going to let a guy like me speak because I'm not a guy who gives in to the establishment. Again, when I get into City Hall, I'm not going to let this stuff go through. I'm not going to let them pass on. I mean, I like Mr. Eichenstein, but now he's passing another legislation about anti-Semitism and hate crimes. We know that it's wrong. Don't give me another piece of legislation. Put the cops out there and stop it. That's all you have to do. Pick up the garbage and stop throwing garbage on the street. Don't make up another law that if it's too heavy, ticket the guy. Come on, man. Get with the program. But instead, they're not with the program.
Take care. Be well. See you next week.
He's next week we'll be back. Anyways, everybody, this has been again. Etta, you got to
finish quickly.
Get into your motor vehicle
story. So people, undocumented workers, illegal aliens, however you want to call it, are allowed to apply for licenses. The issue right now is anybody who needs to go to motor vehicle and apply for their enhanced license, which is the new law that has to this year take place. In order for travel, you need to have an enhanced license. If you don't have a passport and doing other things, you still need your enhanced license. You need to make an appointment online to go to motor vehicle. If you show up at motor vehicle to get your enhanced license, you have to wait in line with at least 50, 60 other undocumented workers who are undocumented citizens or aliens rather who are applying for their license. That could take up to 4 or 5 hours just for you to get your enhanced license. My problem with that is we are here legal citizens who want to apply for our enhanced licenses. Why are we being put behind to the back of the line in order to get this done? This is not fair. I don't know who enacted this particular law, but this has to stop.
Illegal immigrants go before regular citizens?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. That's
I
what
don't
I'd
think
like
so.
to
I
know.
think they stand on the same line.
It's the same line, but they all show up in droves.
Okay, but you know what? You don't want somebody to, just because he's illegal immigrant, to drive with no license. You want him to have a license. By him having a license, he's able to get insurance on his
Right.
car. And if anything
True.
goes wrong,
I'm not saying
people
that's
get killed. By
bad.
him not having a license, by him not having insurance, all that's going to do is make it worse. What we're doing is we're
But
just
it
trying. And
stuffs
some of
up
these
the
guys,
whole
but they pay.
system.
It doesn't
Yeah.
stuff up the system.
Of course.
Again, if you go to a foreign country and you're there for 6 or 8 months, you have to get one of their licenses.
I have nothing wrong with them getting a license. I think it's a good thing. The problem is they have to figure it out and organize it properly.
They should have been approved to get licenses already years ago.
And
now
have
so now
special people dealing with enhanced license, others dealing with these illegals who are here.
I got you.
Not
Again,
fair to our
my
citizens.
stuff on illegal immigrants is very complicated. I have no problem with what Trump is doing with the wall, but then again, if you're in the country, you're allowed to be here. Thank you, everybody, for watching our show. Thank you to all our sponsors, everybody. We'll see you next week again, unless something comes up. You're wonderful. Etty, you're just delicious.
Thank you.
You're one of my best co-hosts ever. And
Appreciate
please,
it.
everybody, my jokes are getting better. Please start laughing at it. Thank you.
Everyone, be well.
The preceding program is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those